Hello, my name is Danny Sands, and today, me, a bit of bombs, about to play a little bit of DS News. Almost died. DS News, all the gaming news that happened in the past week, roughly, yeah. Or something like that. I don't know, this is a new thing I'm trying out. Things are going to be a-changing, assuming you guys like this, so of course, let me know down in the comments, and by hitting that like button, if you enjoy this sort of thing. Anyways, the first story that came to mind is Destiny. If that's sort of your game, if you're into that, Destiny 2 is coming to Steam, my steamy boys. Yeah, I don't know. I had initially heard rumors not that long ago that it might even be going free to play. Now, how is it going to be free? Are they going to make the base game, like, without any DLC? Is that going to be free? And then they're going to charge out the booty hole for the rest? I don't know. Not really sure. I'm kind of dumb. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if I'll go back. It's been a while since I personally played. I used to play a lot with a buddy of mine, me and him. I don't know. I guess I'll let you know if I find any more info on that. But next up is something I thought was personally very cool. And it was at E3. It was Ghostwire Tokyo. It's this really cool game made by the same guys. I believe it was Tango. Is it GameWorks? I know it's Tango for sure. Again, I'm stupid, so. But they made The Evil Within, which I personally had a lot of fun with. I really enjoyed the second game. I enjoyed the first game, but I don't know, I feel like I liked the second one a bit more. The second one just had a bit more freedom than the first one. The first one was a little more linear, which is not a bad thing. Linear games are good. Anyways, a bit off topic, but just know that the first Evil Within and the second were pretty cool, so that makes me excited to see what they're going to do with this Ghostwire game, which I'm sure I'll have a trailer playing somewhere in the background of the video you can look at right now. It seems really cool. I know, I'm really good with words. Anyways, reminding me of that, E3 was mostly sad. Yeah, that's the next bit of news. Overall, I felt like I watched all the press conferences, and from Ubisoft. I don't know why I can't say Ubisoft or Ubisoft. Which one is it, by the way? It's a mystery. I watched Ubisoft's. I watched Bethesda's. I watched EA's weird sort of not press It was weird. It was very strange. I didn't like it. And I feel like I'm forgetting someone else. But either way, I watched pretty much all of them. Nintendo, yeah, that was the other one. And I was pretty disappointed. Overall, the only relatively kind of cool thing that happened at E3, like reveal-wise, was, in my opinion, Cyberpunk 2077, because my boy, the sweetest boy, the Keanu Reeves, was revealed to be in the game, and I thought that was really cool. And he came out, and he looked all cool with his long, luxurious hair and patchy beard, and I just loved it. I'm very excited already for Cyberpunk 2020. I keep wanting to say 2077, and that makes literally no sense. I'm just going to refer to Cyberpunk as Cyberpunk. I'm not going to say the numbers because I'm just going to sound stupid. But what's new? Alright, on to the next thing. Speaking of E3, Fallout 76 plans to add NPCs. Wow, in the coming update, that they're going to add what should have been there in the beginning. Fallout 76, if you remember, I'm going to catch you up to speed. When they released it, it was a giant hunk of garbo, and it had nothing in it. It was an empty wasteland of broken dreams and promises. So now they finally plan to add something that should have been in the game the whole time. Okay, cool. Great. Speaking of Bethesda, Elder Scrolls Blades, the mobile game, currently that sucks booty holes, is coming to Nintendo Switch. Yay! Great, a shitty mobile game full of microtransactions on a console that you can take with you and then plug into your TV when you get home if you want to torture yourself with timers and microtransactions until you die. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm not a fan of a microtransaction game, basically where you have to wait to do things, like you make a house and you have to wait 7 minutes to build a wall. I don't think that should come to a full-on console. I think that should stay on a free-to-play mobile environment on your silly little phones while you're playing on the toilet. I think it should stick there, but that's just my opinion. and who cares? Next is Anthem. Yeah, Anthem recently at E3. Well, it was more like EA's little press conference, which was similar to Nintendo's Treehouse sort of event. EA was doing a very casual, low-key event this year. But one of the developers from BioWare was being interviewed at this event and basically said, yeah, we know that Anthem didn't perform as expected, and we're listening to player feedback, which is basically a bunch of PR BS for, whatever. Because recently there was a live stream showing off what was supposed to be Anthem's biggest piece of content coming. Ever since the release, everybody's been looking forward to this. It's supposed to be similar to like a raid from Destiny. It's like a big deal. It's called the Cataclysm. It was basically the storm they were hyping up that would change the world of Anthem. But in the live stream, it basically was a blue Snapchat filter and some swaying trees. That's basically this big end game content that they were hyping up. And pretty much everyone universally said, yeah, that looks stupid as hell. And it was made fun of course, to death. Tons of really good memes about that on the Reddit there. I'll probably show some in the background. But yeah, Anthem, I'm sorry. I wish you the best. And of course, we're going to be covering more news about it because I just think it's hilarious how they hit and trip on every rock that's in their path. They're just like, oh, slipped on that rock. Oh, slipped on that rock. Oh, it's like, can you just look down to see where you're walking? My God. Also, speaking of EA's press conference, the new Star Wars game that is being made by Respawn, the guys who made Titanfall and Titanfall 2 and Apex, they're making a new Star Wars game, and they showed a bit of gameplay off at E3, and it seems okay. I don't know, it reminded me of that, what was that old game? Oh, right, yeah, it was the Force Unleashed games, where you played as Starkiller. It kind of reminded me of that. It seems like just an action sort of game. I was hoping for more of a in-depth, like Jedi Knight kind of game. Now, this is probably too old for any of you youngins to remember, but back in the day, there was a series of games, Jedi Knight, that was so good with the lightsaber combat. You had different styles, different stances, and it was just very good combat, and it felt very satisfying. Now, I don't get those vibes from this one. This one just seems more mainstream in that sense. I don't mean to be that kind of guy who's like, oh, the old ones are better and they were more complicated and everything's all streamlined and watered down. But that's kind of how it looks right now. I think everyone is looking at this new Star Wars game in a very cautious way, which we should, because Battlefront 2 that was a rough one. If you guys remember that whole controversy. Good times, am I right? But yeah. Next up in news is Watch Dogs Legion got announced at Ubisoft's press conference. They let you play as a grandma, so that's a thing. I see that a lot of people were pretty excited by this, but to me it just looks like kind of like a roguelite, you know? It just seems like there's a lot of marketing hype around you being a grandma, and I don't know if that excites me. I mean, it's definitely interesting. I think it's a very cool idea, but is it going to really make me enjoy Watch Dogs? Because I played the first one a lot and was pretty disappointed overall. Felt like it was definitely missing a lot of things. And the second one, to me, didn't pull my attention enough for me to even play it. The first game had left such a sour taste in my mouth. So is this enough for me to come back to Watch Dogs, playing as old ladies walking around shooting people in London? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But what frustrates me even more is the next bit I wanted to talk about is there's no Splinter Cell. You're going to announce a mobile game with the guy from Splinter Cell, and you're not going to announce Splinter Cell, even though it's supposed to be at last E3. And I was hoping that this year they would show off like a new game. I've been waiting years. I know there's probably not that many people that even know what Splinter Cell is, but it's so good. Such a good stealth game. Anyways, not going to spend too much time on that, but give me Splinter Cell. Anyways, that's going to be it for the first official DS news. Yeah, I hope you guys had a fun time like I did. And if you did, leave a lick. And don't forget to subscribe. It really makes a big difference, yo. Of course, don't forget to hit that little notifications bell. I really appreciate it. Anyways, thank you tons for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.